Jai Sri Ram, friends. Welcome to Bharat Marg. Welcome, Dr. Sudhakar ji. Welcome to our show today. We are so happy to have you here. स्वागतम दोस्तों. आज का टॉपिक है बहुत जबरदस्त है. हम भगवान राम के बारे में इतना सुन रहे हैं, रामायण पढ़ रहे हैं, मगर उनका सक्सेस के पीछे क्या है, उनका लीडरशिप स्टाइल, उनका टीम वर्क स्टाइल, उनका सक्सेस का सीक्रेट क्या है, हम सुधाकर जी से डिस्कस करेंगे. भगवान राम स्टाइल ऑफ लीडरशिप फॉर सक्सेस. मैं जरूर ये बताऊंगा दोस्तों, आपको ये वीडियो जरूर अंत तक देखना है. कोई सवाल है तो पूछना है. डॉक्टर सुधाकर जी जो हमारा साथ हैं, वो he specializes in leadership and he is an ex-service man. You know, the military air force coaches them for it, and he has retired. He is a retired group captain. Okay, so he has all the credentials to talk about, and just stick around. मगर हम चालू करने के पहले दोस्तों प्लीज इस वीडियो को लाइक करें, कमेंट करें, शेयर करें. जितना भी ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों तक आप पहुंच पाएंगे, दैट विल बी इनक्रेडिबल. ओके, बिकॉज विथ योर हेल्प ओनली हम ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों तक पहुंच पाएंगे. दुनिया भर पहुंचना है हमें. ओके, उसके लिए आपका मदद का जरूरत है. और इसके अलावा अगर अभी तक आप भारत मार्ग चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया तो प्लीज सब्सक्राइब कीजिएगा और बेल बटन दबा के हमसे जुड़े रहें, ताकि जब भी हम लाइव चलें आपको पता लगेगा. आप आके जुड़ सकते हैं, सवाल पूछ सकते हैं और इनपुट दे सकेंगे. इसके अलावा हमारा हर दिन का एक धार्मिक मैसेज आती है दोस्तों. आप पाने के लिए हमें +1 6479 644790 में मैसेज भेजिएगा और हमसे जुड़िएगा. और हम बहुत सारा अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं. अगर हमारा काम से आप संतुष्ट हैं, प्लीज help us by donating us also, because we need your support in donation and sharing the video. Okay, thank you folks. Okay, Dr. Sudhakar ji, welcome. Okay, तो ये बहुत जबरदस्त. Absolutely, we love to have you. Okay, you know what, मैं आज आपसे ये बात करूंगा. भगवान राम, इतना सदियों के बाद हम भगवान राम के बारे में, भगवान राम के नाम सुनते ही लोग के मन में उत्साह आ जाती है. उनको ऐसा प्रेरणा आ जाती है कि हम जाके कर सकें, कुछ भी काम हमसे हो जाएगा. ये तो सबको पता है, मगर उनका सीक्रेट क्या है? मैं उनको उस एरिया में जाना चाहता हूं जिसके बारे में हम ज्यादा विचार नहीं करते हैं. उनका स्टाइल ऑफ लीडरशिप, उनका स्टाइल ऑफ टीम वर्क, उनका दिल में क्या है, कैसा वो लीड करते थे. इतना बड़ा अभियान, इतना सदियों के बाद प्रेरणा करने का तरीका प्लीज बताइएगा. वेलकम डॉक्टर सुधाकर जी.
भगवान राम तो भगवान है, उनके बारे में हम जितने भी बात करें, आई थिंक इट इज नॉट इनफ. हर सनातनी के ऊपर और पूरी दुनिया के ऊपर, हर इंसान के ऊपर there is a profound influence of Bhagwan Ram. Now we all know him as an avatar of Bhagwan Vishnu, and because Bhagwan Ram was there, we are here today and we are able to talk about him even after several thousand years of his walking on this planet. Bhagwan Ram is believed and worshipped in not only India. We all know that he is celebrated across the world, including in some of the Islamic nations which are presently Islamic nations like Indonesia and what have you. While there might be some sections of the society and some political parties who believe that Bhagwan Ram is a figment of imagination, and they may even say that he is a kalpanik. That's what we generally tend to hear, and they've also given an affidavit, in the court to that extent, apparently. But the fact of the matter is, as far as we are concerned, he is truth, he is reality, he exists. He exists even as on today while we talk. Absolutely. And he will continue to exist for eternity.
Absolutely. Now diving into the leadership.
Yeah, I'm coming to that now.
Style of leadership क्या है?
Yes. Now, if you really look at his life as has been learnt by each one of us, if you trace his life journey from the time he was born, in today's parlance, most of the leftist ecosystem would paint it as a failure. If you really ask me, he was born as a king, as a would-be king. At the young age, he was taken away by Rishi Vishwamitra, much against the wishes of his father, for a very, very intensive training and imbibing the qualities of a prince and a king in the future. And he was supposed to rule from Ayodhya. He had to, even his marriage was, little away from the normal procedure of the kings of those times. We all know that. He comes back after getting married, and the day before his coronation, he is told, "You are sent to exile for 14 years." He goes for exile. He lives in the jungle for 14 years, eating only roots and fruits and vegetables.
बट ये बताइए डॉक्टर सुधाकर जी, ये इनको कोरोनेशन होना था मगर नहीं हुआ, इनको माता जी बोल रहे जाओ, तो अच्छा लीडर अगर होता है तो इनको ये करना चाहिए कि नहीं बोल के कि राजा बनना चाहिए ना, वो ऐसा बात क्यों जानते हैं, क्या मतलब क्या है?
Absolutely. I'm so excited. I just want to take, a minute to trace his journey and then come to various aspects of his life, including the point that you have raised, with examples from his life. I will quote examples from his life, incidents of his life, and link it with the wonderful leadership qualities that he has shown us to follow. That is how he is Maryada Purushottam. And while in the jungle, after 13 years approximately, somebody kidnaps his wife. He doesn't know where she has gone. He doesn't know who has taken. Now he had to take the help of so many people. He had to build a bridge, which was the wonder of the world of those times. Even today, I don't know. No engineer even today can even imagine doing that after 6,000, 7,000 years. He did that. He goes. He kills the demons. He kills the bad guys. He gets his wife. She to go through her own difficulties. He brings her to the kingdom. He starts ruling what we call as Ramaraja, and conditions come to such an extent that he had to exile his own wife, who was expecting, and after that he doesn't even get to see her. He doesn't even get to meet the children. A stage comes where he was almost about to fight with his own children, and maybe he was about to shoot arrows at them, and that is the time he realizes they are the children. And at the end he walks into Sarayu. Now if you really look at it, in today's parlance it doesn't look successful, but we still call him Bhagwan. The reason is simple. While he was going through each of this, he never left dharma. He continued to do his karma. He continued to smile. He continued to stay upright. And he continued to perform his princely, kingly, brotherly, husband duties without carrying any remorse or without carrying any kind of anger in him. That is why he is God. Now, coming to each aspect of his leadership, his commitment to dharma is unparalleled. Na bhuto na bhavishyati. We do not come across a person who has followed dharma so scrupulously. What is right was always the guiding factor. Whether it was, when he went to Vanavas, he was requested to come back. He said, "No, I am told by the father, and he is no more, and I got to respect it, and that is dharma." And even his brothers continue to follow the dharma of his own brother. Which brother in today's world takes the padukas of his elder brother and keeps it on the throne and rules on behalf of those padukas? That is a kind of commitment to dharma.
Absolutely. एब्सोल्युटली, बहुत सही। मैं तो ऐसा देखता हूं, आई
Yeah,
थिंक डॉक्टर सुधाकर, यस, कंटिन्यू प्लीज।
yeah. A lot of people of today's generation do not understand, but do not believe that it can be done. Rama has shown us the way. It has to be done that way only, and that is the only guiding way of following the dharma. Next is a leader. Leader must follow dharma. That's what it essentially means. Come what may, even if it is against his own personal interest, even if it is against his own personal comfort or his own family comfort, dharma comes first. That is what Rama as a leader has taught us. Next comes is empathy. A leader with empathy is a person who is always looked up to by the people who follow him, and that is how he gathers more momentum. That is how he gathers more people to follow him and look up to him, and that empathy is contagious. That is how the empathy flows down to every last individual. So if it starts from the top, it percolates down to the last man. If you take examples of it, he has shown empathy to a person like even Shurpanakha. When that lady comes to him asking him, will you marry me, because she found him to be appealing. What he told her is, I am a Ekapatni Vrat. I do not, I have, I marry only once. I have taken a vow and I am already married. And he didn't kill her, or he didn't shout at her, or he didn't abuse her, or, he says that you may like to check with my brother. He will take a decision as far as his life is concerned. He followed dharma, he has shown empathy. Now, even after killing a person like Ravana, who kidnapped his wife, he did penance. He was repenting and he did penance, and that's how today we have a Jyotirlinga in Rameshwaram. Empathy, even to the worst of the enemy, he has shown empathy. Which leader of today has that ability to show? Tell me. Whether it was to Nala, who was an old warrior, whether it was to even Vali at the time of his death, he has shown empathy. He said, I had to do my dharma, but I'm sorry. You should not have done what you have done. And the last and the most important, the person whom we call motherly, Ma Shabari. She was a woman who lived in jungle all her life. And today, the song that we sing, Ram Aayenge, which is most the viral song, that Ram Aayenge is what originally Shabari told, and she waited all her life, believing that Ram Aayenge. Ram came because he didn't have to actually go to her, but because out of the empathy, out of love, out of compassion, he decided to go meet her, spend time with her. Although she could not do anything much for him. She was very old and she was in last stages of her life. Still he went, spent time with her, gave her what she was expecting from him. He even ate whatever she offered after biting, just to taste, out of love, and affection that she has given. He ate with so much of love towards her. Today's, I don't know, any leader can really emulate that in its true spirit. Leading by example is the basic tenet of any leader. No leader of today's time can say, do this, unless he himself can do it. Rama never gave any instructions in his entire life that he himself cannot perform. He led everything by example. If I have to take a few examples of his own life, he lived in forest for 14 years without cooked food. How many people can do that? Kandamul is that raw thing that, he lived off the earth in today's parlance, if you have to call him. Okay. And he took a vow that I will marry only once, and he followed till the T. He was a king. If somebody's wife was, his wife was, kidnapped, he had a lot of options. He was a king. There was no dearth of options. But he gave a vow and he followed it. You're asking something?
डॉक्टर सुधाकर, मेरे जैसा जो साधारण आदमी है, मेरे हिसाब से क्या आता है मैं बताऊंगा, आप उसमें भी आपका ज्ञान का just put the spotlight on it.
After I finish leading by example, after I finish this, then we will take the point. Yeah.
Yes.
When Bhagwan Ram left Ayodhya to go for his vanavas, Bharat came to, Bharat came, he was not at home that time. He came home, he found out that Bhaiya has gone along with Lakshman and Bhabi to do this vanavas. He was agitated. He was coming to get his brother. Lakshman did not understand. He found, Bharat coming with his entourage. Bharat for a moment thought that he's coming for, in aggressive posture. But Ram understood.
इनको मारने के लिए आ रहे हैं.
मारने के मूड में है. But Bhagwan, Ram understood. Relax. He's coming to meet us. He comes, and along with him were all the three mothers. Along with Bharat were all the three mothers. When Kaikeyi told him, I will withdraw my, request or the boon that I have sought from, Dasharath. Please come back. At that time, Bhagwan Ram told her that it was my father who has asked me to go, not you. And my father is no more. And he said, I cannot go back on the word that I gave my father. And that is how the origin of the word Prana Jai, Magar Vachan Na Jai. How many people today can follow that in letter and spirit? That is why we bow to him.
Absolutely.
And yeah, you are asking a question.
नहीं, मैं ये बोल रहा था कि मेरे जानकारी में जो आता है, मैं एक दो पॉइंट्स मैं बोलूंगा, आप उसमें एक्सपेंड भी कर सकते हैं. मतलब मुझे ये आश्चर्य का बात है कि वो पहले जाते जाते अयोध्या से श्रृंगवेरपुर में निषाद राज गुह से मिलते हैं. निषाद राज गुह से मिलके वो ये आलिंगन करके उनको बोलते हैं, निषाद राज गुह को बोलते हैं, हम आज तक 4 भाइयां थे, तुमसे हम 5 हो गए. ओके, 5 हो गए. मगर ये बड़ी बात नहीं है, क्योंकि हम जब भी आते हैं हम सबको बोलते हैं भाई कैसे हो. ये तो बड़ी बात नहीं है, ये तो हो गया खत्म. मगर उसके बाद 11 साल हो गया. 11 साल होने के बाद सीता माता का हरण हो गया. फिर वो हनुमान जी से मिल रहे हैं किष्किंधा में. मिलने के समय भगवान राम बोलते हैं कि हम 4 भाई थे, हम गुह के साथ 5 हो गए और तेरे साथ हम 6 हो गए. मतलब एक बार भाई बोला तो मतलब भाई है. मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि लाइटली.
Absolutely.
हम तो भूल जाते हैं.
Beyond doubt. In fact, I was about to cover that point in the teamwork, and like always, you think ahead of me.
No. ऐसा नहीं है.
Then I'm just joking.
I'll just say you another thing that attracted me to this is कि जब सबरी माता ये जुटा हुआ बेर देते हैं, लक्ष्मण जी ऐसा करते हैं कि कैसा लें उसको. मगर उसको बताने के लिए ये बोलते हैं, उसको कहा के लक्ष्मण जी को बोलते हैं, मुझे ऐसा लगा कि इतना साल हो गया मेरी माँ से मैं भोजन लेके, मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि मेरी माँ ही मुझे दे दी. मतलब you also eat in a nicer way to say.
True. That is how he is encouraging him also to eat.
Right. Please.
In the leading by example, he ate it. He showed that it should be done like this, and he is leading it by example and encouraging his brother. You should do this, and he did it with lot of love. He didn't do it with any compulsion or with any this thing. He did it purely out of purity of the heart. And the lady also has given, Shabari Mata has also given the fruits with so much of profound love and bhakti, and he accepted it with the same compassion.
बिल्कुल.
trust, any leader has to instill a sense of trust and loyalty among the people who are working with him. It is a bond that is unshakable that you have to build. That is a bond he has built with Sugriva. That is a bond he has built with, I would say Bhagwan, Hanumanta, Anjaneya. You call it Vayuputra. He's another person who we have to bow for the kind of loyalty and for the kind of Rama Bhakti he has shown. Like you rightly said, Rama has always treated him as his own brother from another mother. And, it is even a person like Vibhishana, who is younger brother of Ravana, has been taken into the, into the team. And a lot of people advised against it. He's, Vibhishana, he's Ravana's brother. And, if Ravana can be like that, his brother will not be any different. But Rama knew how to trust, whom to trust, who will show loyalty. That is the trait of a leader, identifying the right person for the right job.
Absolutely. और एक बात भी मैं पूछूंगा आपसे, ओके डॉक्टर साहब, क्या इसके लिए कोई ऐसा कमजोर आदमी तो ये कर नहीं सकता है, सही है ना? ये जो विभीषण जैसा दुश्मन के पड़ाव से आने वाले लोगों को लेने का काम कोई कमजोर आदमी तो कर नहीं सकता,
नहीं कर सकता है,
जिसके ऊपर अपने दम पे भरोसा हो.
Correct. See, a leader knows that after taking a decision, if the decision goes haywire, unless he has the ability or confidence that he can control the situation, he will not take the decision.
Weak person cannot do it.
Weak person usually avoids taking decision. A bold decision when a person takes of this nature, where you are co-opting the brother of your main enemy and taking him into your fold and giving him all the information that you are having about your plans. That cannot be done by a normal person, and only a person like Ram, who has billions of leadership in his mind and action and will and his implementation, and he knows nothing can go wrong, and even if something goes wrong, I have the ability to control the situation and bring it back to normal. Only that kind of a bold person can take such decisions, and Rama is the best example for such decisions. Co-opting a person who but 99.9% in this world, best of the leaders in the world today will not do. In fact, he even blessed a person like Lankini. He even blessed people who were harassing Sita Mata, because after the war they came to seek his darshan, and he says, war is over, you people were doing your job, and I have nothing against you people, lead your life normally. Which leader does that?
Bilkul.
This is this is something that today's leaders need to definitely pick up a lesson from each of these traits and try to harness it, try to hone it, and try to implement it on the ground. World is definitely a better place if it is done, even in some measure.
Wow.
Now, teamwork. What best example can there be for teamwork? Or I'm actually getting goosebumps when I'm talking with you about this, that that Rama Setu can be constructed. I really don't know how Taj Mahal stands as a symbol of love. Why Rama Setu should have been, to me personally, Ram Setu is the thing that connects a person who is longing to see his wife. And only Rama could have built such a structure which is still seen in in the sea there, as per whatever information that we have from the science that is coming out with. The traces of that Rama Setu are still there, and construction of that is an engineering marvel only a person of his nature could have done.
इसका प्रूफ है कि प्यार अमर है.
Yes, प्यार अमर है. Ram Setu, what to call that? Ram Setu is a living proof for thousands of generations that you do your job properly, you have pure love, it stays for good. And Bhagwan Ram has shown us that. And even if you keep that love part aside, the science and engineering involved in that is mind-boggling. Even today, I don't think there is any bridge of that magnitude. Post his that is one and only structure with no brick and no mortar.
Absolutely.
So, and if a leader has to call himself a leader, the humility, the down-to-earth attitude that a leader can show to the world, to the team, everybody could approach Ram, and Ram would bow down to anybody who is slightly knowledgeable. Even a person, with no knowledge, if he finds, he would bow down to him. Only a leader who can identify, something good in every person will do that. Will show that down to earth, the kind of, if you need to find an example, there are people who badmouthed him in his own kingdom, because of which he had to send, Sita away.
Sita
Like,
Mata, yeah.
I was watching some TV programs. I was, just mind-boggling to even hear people mouthing those words. Do you think Rama is insecure that he because somebody has made a caustic comments about his wife, he has sent his wife out into exile? The problem with that kind of thinking is they are trying to see Rama through the prism of their present world. In a world that we live today, where a leader, he amasses wealth, he also amasses power and position. He gives that power and position to his wife, his brothers, his sons, his nephews, and all his extended family people. And like if a chief minister is dismissed by the court or jailed by the court, he makes his wife is the chief minister of the state. He runs the state like his family domain. So for those people like us who are used to seeing this kind of leadership, a person like Rama living by example and living on truth and dharma, it sounds another extreme. People are not able to digest that.
Bilkul.
It is time that the world looks at Rama of the times. At that time, the dharma was relevant. It was relevant later. It is relevant today, and it will continue to be relevant in the times to come. There is dharma and leadership are time insensitive. They will not change with the time. So by superimposing our ideas of today's leaders and imposing it on Rama and feeling that Rama was insecure because somebody made some comments, he sent his wife, because Rama felt that a king should be above any kind of suspicion.
Absolutely.
That's how Ramarajya existed.
Absolutely.
Now I will take any. Now I will be discussing any questions that you might have.
जबरदस्त. I want to give my point of view कि मेरे जैसा एक साधारण व्यक्ति को क्या क्या लग रहा है, ओके, कि मेरे ऐसा लग रहा है कि a good leader has good word. You can count on the word. जो बोलते हैं वो करते हैं, जो करते हैं वो बोलते हैं. जब विभीषण का इन्होंने राज तिलक किया तो रावण का मन में घबराहट आ गया. वो बोले कि इसी तरह उसने सुग्रीव को किया एक बार और वो करके दिखाया. मतलब एक बार बोल दिया, बाई बोला निषाद राजगुह को तो ये हो गया. अगर ऋषियों को बोला कि इस पृथ्वी को मैं राक्षसहीन कर दूंगा तो वो हुआ. मतलब जो बोले वो करे, जो करे वो उसको बोले.
I'll tell you, you're absolutely right. I'll give you just two small examples of how if you follow as a leader the dharma, like he has won the over Lanka Raj hands down. He killed Ravan and the war was over. Any king of today's times, or he would have taken over that country and put his own person, or either he would have run it himself or he would have put his person there to rule the kingdom. But Rama did neither. He followed the true dharma. He has put Vibhishan only there and he never
As promised.
went back to check what is happening. He said, as promised. There is Rama stands for one word. A promise is a promise. There, in Telugu, there is a saying, okay mata, okay banam. He will not fire another arrow. He fires only one arrow, and he tells only one word, and both are what to call that 100% followed.
Absolutely. और दूसरे मेरे लीडरशिप के लिए मेरे जैसा मैं जहां से देखता हूं, रामेश्वरम में जब ये समुद्र राजा का ऊपर गुस्सा होके वो जगह है उधर रामेश्वरम के पास, तो गुस्सा होके वो ब्रह्मास्त्र चलाने के लिए हाथ में ये बाण लेने के बाद समुद्र राजा के पांव पकड़ते हैं, तो एक ही क्षण में उनको क्षमा हो गया। एक ही क्षण शरण के लिए आए, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, हो गया, सारे गुस्सा उतर गया।
Absolutely, this is a leader's ability to take quick decisions. Like they were praying to Samudra Raja to give way. Samudra Raja was silent for almost a week, 10 days, and maybe much longer. That is the time Rama became decisive, and he decided to punish Samudra. And when he came for Saran, the same Rama immediately pardoned him, and then he said, okay, I will make my Samudra in such a manner that whatever you put, I will try to support it. And rest we know, the bridge was born.
Absolutely.
Taking right decisions at the right time, in a right manner, with the right people, at the right place, and in Absolutely. Right measure.
Regarding the teamwork, I want to finish the whole our conversation. जो मेरा पिताजी ने मुझे बोले, ओके, जो ये उनका एयरफोर्स का एक्सपीरियंस में वो बोले, मैं आप भी एयरफोर्स में हैं, एयरफोर्स में थे, इसलिए मैं ये शेयर करना चाहता हूं कि एयरफोर्स में मेरा पिताजी बोल रहे थे कि अगर तुम्हारे पीछे कोई बाई खड़ा है तो वो खड़ा है, उसके जिम्मेदारी है तुम्हें प्रोटेक्ट करना, और तुम्हारा जिम्मेदारी है उसको प्रोटेक्ट करना। उसको पता है कि इधर से कोई दुश्मन नहीं आएगा, अगर दुश्मन से गोली आया तो तुम खाएगा पहले। यही रामायण का कहानी रहा है। The way he built the, you want to add anything to it, and so that we can finish.
There is no doubt about it. See, you have to protect who is in front of you and who is behind you. There is no doubt about it. That is how leadership, the teamwork and ability to move forward. The team will move forward only if the leader takes the lead, and the team has confidence that the leader will take the lead, and they can face any odd, and he will take the responsibility, and he will be taking it on the chin. Once the team understands it, as they say, the victory is in the hand.
बिल्कुल, सफलता का सारा क्रेडिट टीम को जाता है। कोई भी प्रॉब्लम आया तो उसका रिस्पांसिबिलिटी कैप्टन को जाता है। आप तो कैप्टन रह चुके हैं, ग्रुप कैप्टन रह चुके हैं, ये सही है ना?
Absolutely, no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Thank you, Dr. Saab. You came and poured your heart
and today it was very interesting. Thank you very much. Jai Hind. Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Hind, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. Friends, let us know आपका कैसा लगा, आपका इनपुट क्या है, कोई भी सवाल है तो लगाइएगा, आपको जवाब मिल जाएगा। बहुत जल्दी हम दोबारा वीडियो में मिलेंगे, तब तक के लिए जय श्री राम,